So yes, returning to my little introduction video to EU4, playing as France. I've done a little bit expansion, trying to limit the impact of the personal union between Spain and Aragon. We have neighbors who are quite disloyal, it's called. I'm not sure why anyone isn't supporting him though, because Aragon has enough rivals. Venice and Hungary both should be able to attack him. See when my truce will go. Well, 9 years from now. The Pope will happen shortly, though. And Castile has allied the Pope instead. Well. I'll just improve relations since I don't want to be excommunicated. And from the last session I gained the new troops. I didn't change them mid-war since I would risk the morale drop and being jumped by Castilian army. But I will do now. I always tend to go for the more offensive pips over the defensive, since the fort really makes them offensive. As far as I understood, they still count both pips in battles, but I'm not sure. I have the feeling that it's the offensive pips that matters when you are the attacker. There's probably a way to figure that out, and that would be a great reason to go watch some videos on that explains land combat. So I will. Well, for this I'll just go for the Galilee infantry anyway. But I usually go between longbow and Galilee. Now here's the issue. I have two forts here, which means the enemy will actually be able to go down and siege both down instead of actually blocking anything. So I will remove one. Probably move the fort. I'll likely have fort there, so it could actually be that Limousine will be a neat place for a fort anyway. So I'll just go ahead and delete that, cost one targeted maintenance. And it's not really needed here. Not yet, at least. And here we have the... Yeah, now this is the issue with me having changed the troops, because the morale went down. See if we can win the battle anyway. Well, we could. So now we can move the armies away. There's no reason to have them down here. There are really no rebels coming up here. These should stay here due to the provincial rebels. And I'll keep making claims. I don't need to make a claim here. I already have one on Navarra. Well, however, this is the evening for me. It's actually quite late, so I might sound a bit tired. I will make claims on Castile anyway. Now to watch my aggressive expansion. It's starting to become a little bit red around. 50 is the magic number for coalitions to trigger. You can circumvent it by increasing the opinion. But you should also try to keep the improved relations advisor as well, since that will make it burn a little bit faster away. I think it will be around 1.8, 1.6 normally. Now it's 2.5 yearly. Yearly means it will happen by the 1st of January. So try to keep that number in mind. So yeah, I should probably try to find one more ally. Don't think I'll go for Scotland just yet. Let's see which claims I need for Aragon. I need 1 and 2. Technically a bit more, but still. Oh, this is fine. So now I can make this into a state. Be mindful how many states you make. You can only have 12 in the beginning, so try to make sure you have enough for your culture, since you'll benefit the most from that. So I think just for now I'll just wait a little bit with stating these. It will also cost me administration points to develop. It should increase my income anyway, but well. As you can see, the unrest is actually reduced by having friendly troops up here. The max number is 5 that can be reduced. That's having 20 units up there. Now to improve my economy just a little bit again, since I do have quite a bit of cash, I will leave room for marketplaces as well, since improving trade is also a neat little thing to do. Screw this. It's actually not a bad thing that Castile has decided to ally Papal State, since now I will be able to attack the Pope, and actually also be able to release province and then attack province without anyone interfering. I will have a truce with them, so I should be careful about Savoy getting into it. I'm just going to see if I can't get the last of this mission. Gain base production or base tax in Dauphine. If you can't find the province, hit F and try to type it in. Then it will be highlighted like this. So yeah, this is not a very good trade good, so I'll just take base tax. I won't benefit from it as much, since it's nobility. they will have 25 autonomy on tax as well. Oh, my crap general died. Too bad. Pretty sure I should be able to have a new one. And it's actually quite decent. Now, since I fought a lot of battles, my army tradition should be quite high, meaning that it's not necessarily a bad thing to hire one. I would like to preserve some of my military points for development. The Renaissance have hit, and it's spreading slowly, but it's spreading. I will do this a neat little thing, appointing an edict around my capital, since they are always, well, they're usually the highest developed province, and thus they will usually benefit from getting it faster. Actually, sure, yeah, it's capital state, then it will get a small bonus as well. So I try to focus on the giving the edict to my capital state, or else if anyone has embraced it, I will make sure that the provinces next to it will take it as well. And it seems like the Pope has embraced it, and he'll very soon be friendly with me, so he'll spread it quite fast to me anyway. Friendly meaning he'll have above 0 relations. So actually I'll in just a short while make the edict here as well. I will wait a little bit, since it does increase the maintenance of the state, so I will make less money. Should still be good money wise, but well, you never know. War exhaustion is going down, overextension is going down, and every year the separatism will go down by a half. Yeah, just remove the prestige. So I think I'll actually move this one up here, since it will then be above 20, and should actually go below 0, meaning this small little number will start going down, and there will be no risk anymore of them going rogue, well, rising up against me. I will not offer the alliance, but I should be able to call these in when I can have the war against Castile. Yep, I can actually call in both my allies against Castile. So I'm making a few claims. I will actually soon unlock my my first modifier, and I will actually pick the transfer subject as the first, so I can claim on bordering claims. Also allows me to take transfer subjects, for half the cost, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, since I might want to take Naples as a subject, if I may, sorry, if I'm able to have a war with Aragon again. Something happened to their heir, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but I might be able to have a war with them anyway before that happens. It's 8 years from now. Just make sure when you band together units like that that there is a small skull next to it. That means you're draining manpower, which is essentially a bad thing when you're not at war. You want to regain as much manpower as possible. Let's see. Where the fuck is... Oh, they're out at sea. That's not good. I will use my light ships to either protect trade or privateer. In this case, since I have rivaled both Burgundy and England, I will gain power points from privateering and destroy some of the income. So I think I'll like to do that. Go to the English channel where both of them are. It should deteriorate the relations of some of the others, but well, it's most of them are either personal unions of Burgundy or, well, I don't really give a shit about them anyway, so let's just do it anyway. Usually I just let them protect trade where I have a merchant. See if we can't get a war with Brittany soon. What I'm looking at, there we are. Overextension. Why am I down there? So when the overextension is gone, I should actually be able to let the rebels tick down. It's part of the preparation for the war. When it hits 0, I will lower the maintenance, build up my war chest. Just have a few more years to go. 5 years to be exact. I could actually start helping England by attacking Brittany. I do have the claims for it. Let's see what Burgundy will do. Will they take parts of the Normandy state, which means I will attack them for that, or will they just take Calais, which they are probably going to war against? Yeah. Not sure they're having that much of a war score. Anyway, I will start to make a claim on Anjou. I know I'll likely get a mission on Brittany anyway, but regardless, why take the chance? Ferran de Trastamara. They're still having Enrique, which is a crap heir to be having. Spain is at a disadvantage there. But well. Yep, here we have it. I will pick the transfer subject, so I can make claims on those provinces I couldn't make before. That means this one. Because I have a claim here, I can make a claim on the next one. There we are. Just still decided to attack them. And they don't have claims on it all, it seems, which would give them a bit more aggressive expansion. Nope, I don't want Catalonian vassal. It's on purpose, really. I want the income from it. And besides, Aragon will likely go into the Union anyway, so it will be a difficult fight. And the last reason were that I actually were a bit above my diplomatic limit at that point, so making another vassal would not be really anything I wanted. I will also get the vassal in Brittany in due time, which will increase it over the limit again. Now the provincial rebels, separatists, have gone. I will put the maintenance down, build up my war chest. It's risky to do so though. You can get attacked. Put down the forts, again risky. You can get attacked. Come on, course. Think I needed. Nope. Didn't need one more. Marketplace. Try to focus your marketplace on. You can see it in the trade map mode, and that's a bad place. Where we have these small icons. It's where it will benefit the most. There is one in Paris. I think there is one in Champagne. Just don't think we can see it. It's there. Well, it's there. I can see it now. Now I'm getting the tech penalty. I would advise teching up before you hit 20, perhaps 25. Or when you are, or don't when you are close at getting the embracing the next institution anyway. But at this point, I don't think I'm that close. It's a few years, but the penalty isn't that much. Now I can get my first idea. As France, for the purpose of this tutorial, or guide or whatever, I'll pick exploration so I can start exploring the new world and hopefully colonize at some point. Now, due to the transfer subject and having a claim on Galicia, I can actually start making claims on Portugal, even though I'm nowhere near them. So I'll start doing that. The Barrais part. See, these should happen in 4 years. About this one, nope. It will go faster when it's adjacent to a friendly province having Renaissance. Quite a lot, actually. Hopefully it will start spread in Paris as well soon. Burgundy is not done with that war yet. Question is, can I afford with the aggressive expansion I'm having to take Barroy? If the Burgundy inheritance will happen, I will not gain Barroy. It will go to the Empire. If I release it, it's within the Empire, so he will be protected by the Empire. Meaning I can't expand without having to go to war against the current Emperor, which is Austria right now. And it's a bit high def, so it will be a bit costly to try to expand into it. But I should be able to jump at Burgundy. Austria embraced Renaissance before the mighty France. I tend to always go for the local defensiveness. I usually don't need the advisor anyway.
Før var jeg plaget af smerter i ryggen, men så prøvede jeg noget nyt. Voltaren Gel er en målrettet behandling af muskel- og ledsmerter. Den lindrer smerten og behandler inflammationen, hvilket fremskynder kroppens helingsproces. Voltaren Gel, the joy of movement. Prøv også Voltarol, det nye medicinske plaster, der virker i 12 timer.
I was just having an ad going on, blasting my ears. Lyonnaise. Let's see. So it will be more difficult to siege down for anyone trying to do so, which can be beneficial in the long run, especially when you get those level 8 forts. If you get it in mountain fort, you're golden. It sounds like someone having a stroke, that language. Yeah. I guess it's similar to Dutch in that way. Damn, it's taking a long time to get those claims on Aragon. I'm actually going for a specific achievement with France. It's not very difficult to do. Let's see if we can find it better than Napoleon. I need to own Vienna, Berlin, Moscow. I could just target them. But let's see if we can't expand just a little bit. And yes, it was a Danish ad. I'm not sure why it started to go off. Dutch is hella romantic. I don't understand crap of Dutch anyway, so I'll have to take your word for it. This is actually interesting. Burgundy has landed their troops over England, meaning there's a slight chance that they defeated the navy, which is good since I'm going to attack England anyway. So let's move our navy in preparation of the war against England. Now I should be able to move my troops over there. Probably take a little bit of the Irish holdings, so I can expand there as well. I'll not take too much due to not having claims. I will suffer the aggressive expansion too much, and I'm a bit cautious about that in the beginning. Later on, when you get what's called administration efficiency, yep, and the age of absolutism, whatever it's called, you can take more without incurring as much aggressive expansion. Let's just speed up a little bit. We can afford to do that. Here's the question: should I be a bitch with Burgundy? They are divided. She seems cheap. Okay. So let's take her. Now I can actually also attack Portugal if I'd like. I think I'll just wait a little bit for more claims to have been made, at least 2, and take those 2 provinces. I think I should be able to afford increasing the army size after this, and probably also make a new general for my new glorious army. Just 2 more months, then I will declare war on Burgundy, drag in Brittany, take Anjou. That's what it's called. And start sieging down these provinces as well. They will revert back to England, but I don't want... Oh, and now the war is over. Well, then I can wait 2 years. Let's see what they actually decided to peace out for. Cede Calais will be forced to give 10%. They will release Kildare. That's over there. And will end the overlordship of Leinster. I'm fine with that, actually. Why the fuck didn't I see I had made the claim already? Well, let's prepare for our Irish expansion then. We are close to getting 1 more claim. Damn, I hate waiting. Scotland entered into a military alliance with England. So much for hating each other's guts. I'm not okay with that. Fake Scots. Well, I will not guarantee them anymore. That's one thing for certain. I think it will end automatically when I decide to attack, though. I don't want to call back any diplomats yet. It should be able to... What the fuck? Oh, I lost Hungary as an ally because they became a junior partner of Austria, which hate my gods too. And how the fuck can Venice lose to Theodora? This has been the oddest game ever. Byzantium still lives. They actually still have Constantinople. 16 years from the beginning. Albania is taken though. But I could make an alliance with the unholy alliance with Ottoman. I would like to build up a few favors though, so I can call them in against Austria. Sorry about that. So let's see, it should be 1 year, then I can attack England and try to beat some sense into Scotland. Where the fuck is Sligo? There we are. Now, since I play with low maintenance, I will have to remember to increase my army maintenance just around 6 months before I plan to attack. I should see about trying to move my troops over to England quite fast. They will usually master the armies at the capital, meaning moving my armies to Cornwall will give me just enough time to move the next stack over to reinforce the army. Now I just got the influence of the nobility to rise a bit higher, but it should be good for now, unless something drastically happens. Aragon decided to erase as well. It was a bit easier with all the provinces I took from them, I guess. I will just remove this one, since I want these to embrace it faster, so it will spread to the rest as well. Let's see if we need to. Let's just give that a go as well. I want it to be as cheap as possible to embrace the next. I am ahead of time, so I don't really need to rush that much to do it. And yes, Geisha, I am smart enough and strong enough. I am playing France anyway. So, the war against England. See how many will actually decide to join. Desmond. Where the fuck is Desmond? Ah. I'll just make everyone co-belligerent. What I checked for were which allies everyone had, because once I make them co-belligerent, they will be able to call in their allies. It can make the war not very fun, to say the least. Did I say that? Oh, it's Geisha who said Quell twice. So yeah, let me just select my war goal. I'll use the war goal that has not a fort, so I can get a war score going, ticking war score going quite fast. Let's just take Alan Con and go on the attack. See if we can't land some units over here. Now I'll try not to land them on top of any armies. Not that it's that important right now. They're not very big and powerful, so I should be able to win anyway. But the morale will be just a little bit lower once they land. See if you don't have a general who can actually siege. We do. We will shuffle these one around. And once this land, I will move my navy over here. If you're interested, Acacia, will actually be playing another nation tomorrow, aside from this one. And Aholia I can play on this map mode mainly because I'm used to it. I have been playing this map mode since the beginning. I was used to EU3, where the map mode was even crappier. This was actually a quite nice addition. So just like how everything is green, lush, and I can see the trees and the mountains. It's not like I can't see the borders or the nations. So we made landfall and are kicking some English butts. It's actually the other way around. Should be doing this. I'd never use any mods, not even for graphic reasons. I'm not sure why. I'm just never fond of it. Everything is green in EU4 Viking Quaid. It's not green down in Spain. It's more brownish, I would say. See, I'll need to enforce my arms over here because it's Scottish bastards who betrayed my ass. But they are suffering quite a lot. And I will reinforce them just now. Scottish bastards can't even fight. Taking the capital is quite important. Sorry, it's some of my so-called friends on Twitch typed in, "It's impressive that you managed to make England and Scotland friends." Well, I'm here to impress. I will just build a little bit of mercs. It will cost me some more, but should be able to afford it anyway. I could actually make a vassal over here on Ireland. Should I really respond to that one, Sarukai? Should really move my fleet over to blockade this one, so it will go a bit faster. Let's hope we can do the same trick again. What the fuck is this? Well, I will obviously go with the only beneficial. Outnumbered, yet winning. But I think I'll need to see if I can't reinforce them, because I think they're losing in the end. Ah, damn it. The English Navy were destroyed during the Burgundian War. They actually have nothing. Damn it. Couldn't pull the men out fast enough. And now I'll lose them. Besides, I would be having just a slight advantage on the navy anyway, since I build up that many. heavy ships. You just need in the beginning 2 more, I think. But this is actually not good because I don't have enough troops over here currently. And yes, my air is a 644, not a 654. But still good enough. Really not liking that they have positioned that many troops there. Come on. See, I just need to move troops over here as fast as possible, really. Since they will attack this one, and likely before I will be able to reinforce them. I did notice my heir. I did notice that he was divine, but of course he's divine. He's from the Valois. I'm not very good with French, and he would have been the next Messiah had he been a 666. I would have named him Johann or something other dear to me. Team Castile is very aggressive with Aragon this run. Even though it did cost me a little bit, I am getting back on track with my army again. Valois, yes. I always hate the French dynasty. Everything French, really. Haven't become anything better with playing EU4, since they are one of the well, end game bosses. They always bitch to play against. Oh, why the fuck doesn't that fall down? Well, in the meantime, I can check how much I've been braced by now. Paris still a bit slow. Probably should have prepared better for the English war, but still going to win it. There, London is down. Now it's their turn to try to siege it down, and I will just wait until I've gotten a little bit more troops over there. Should happen just shortly. This is my war to gain the foothold in England. But yeah, usually I ally Scotland and call them in, but that because then I can move troops over there, ask for military access, and be able to attack with the entire. How the fuck could that happen that fast? Get the fuck out of here. Well, at least the war is almost over, if I want to. The thing I am bitching about is London being sieged down that fast, really. Hopefully I will be able to do that as well. Sadokai, I am gaining a foothold. I'm already there. Yeah, you're probably right, it happened because there was 100 men in the garrison and they got stormed. There were quite many. See if we can't. Nope. I want to get the advisor from the nobility estate. They have quite the influence right now, so it's probably best not to do it. Now, shouldn't that mean that the truce with Aragon is going away as well. Now I'll just peace out as soon as possible when I can get my cores, since this is a reconquest as well. I would have liked to take one of the Irish miners as a vassal, but this war is simply going to get too costly right now. I should be able to take Cornwall, yeah, and I could, but I don't really have to, is my guess, because I can gain a foothold in Ireland instead. Actually, I can just start making claims on Cornwall, and then I can make claims on Desmond instead. I can just keep claiming until from bordering claims until I get an easy war. I'm having a little bit too much of my monarch points, so I'll just develop a little bit. It will make getting the institutions a little bit fast in the future, which is why I'm actually liking to do it. But I will go for the cheapest one. What the fuck is it? Cast? So yeah, I'll just develop a little bit in every province. Every development will increase the institution in that province just a little bit, and it will also mean that it will embrace it a little bit faster, since every point of development will actually make it will scale and make it embrace faster. Should be able to get it just shortly. Yeah, the thing is, I think I will take Parle if I can, and then start making claims on Tyrone in order to increase my foothold over there and increase my expansion. Shouldn't be too bad with the aggressive expansion over there. There we are. I lost. Oh, I never hired that advisor. Let's take the diplomatic reputation. England is making gains my ass. Yep, I can take Parle. And I should be able to take a little bit more. So now I will start making claims on Tyrone. And of course put my navy back. Vassalize Tyrone, fuck you. Save the Frankian people in Picardy. Why the fuck is this? Such shit. I would like to do something else. Now I will vassalize Tyrone instead and give this province to Tyrone. Let him annex it. You just need to wait until my army is back. There's a slight risk at that, since let's see where that tab is. Overextension will actually give some slight bad modifiers, but since it's not a very high developed province, it should be okay for a while. Is this a defensive war? No, it's an attack. So every, is it 20 years or something, you will be able to use the demand diplomatic support or administrative. So I'll do that again. Should I make ships as well? Could I? See it here. Nope. See, now I'm able to draft ships for war. It's a very cheap way of getting heavy ships, but it do cost some loyalty, which will cost some trade efficiency, but it's only for a while. Meanwhile, you'll have saved 250 ducats. So and a lot of sailors as well. So I tend to use it whenever I can, especially if I need it. See, we have that. Just going around 50 should be sufficient enough. This is not. It's the estates I'm looking for, and the disaster. Yeah, I will risk this and just revoke some of the estates to prevent the disaster, since I need to remove some. Yeah, there's one. Really didn't want him to have the high value trade goods, so I'll just remove that in a while when the disaster is coming closer, and start developing again. Just to ensure I won't lose too much of my monarch points. There we are. This guy is close to rebellion. Navarra is close to rebellion. Should probably leave a small army down here to take care of that. See, I like to have the 10-4 set up. And put a general on it, then move it over here per auto and move this down here to protect against rebels. This will be my next. My third army, which I had before, and this should be close. My divine general just died, sadly. And to declare war with the subjugation. That's not scary at all. Currently I'm hearing something similar to a plane flying over or a bomb, not sure. And earlier today we saw some flashes going on. Like some military exercise being done in the area. I will start building a spy network against England. Yes, I am afraid that the Germans are coming. It's not like they haven't done it before. I never trust that a woman in charge. What I usually do when I make these wars is actually use it to get a lot of money so I can embrace institutions Pretty sure many skilled players are doing the same. Should probably let him protect trade in what's it called, Bordeaux. I'm transferring trade anyway, so it should increase his strength over here. Could of course also privateer again, but let's try to be a little bit more peaceful this time around. Can we stay in the way of progress? I think we can. To get base production, we can stand in the way of progress. I'm actually suffering right now, it seems. My navy is suffering. They are out of reach for from my supply ships just a little bit, it seems. So I should probably make them get back. I could use my cogs to try and blockade as well. My transport ships. Let's see how close we are to embracing. We are getting there, it seems. See ya, Sarukai, and I will have fun. I'm going off to bed though in a short while. I'm just going to finish up. I could probably take this. My first idea, and as we can see, it has started to tick up with the first step of my national ideas. I will need to have 3 unlocked before I will unlock the first. Could go for the second as just now, but I'll wait just a little bit because I'm a little bit behind on tech, and once I have embraced the institution I should be able to tech up with no tech penalty. I'm close enough. For France going colonial. Since they already have the native trading principle, I have two choices really. Usually I go for the native trading policy, which decreases the chance of an uprising and increase the native assimilation. Being France, I could go with the native repression policy, making the colony grow faster. But I think I will just supplement it, since in theory I should not have any native uprisings then, and I'll get the boost once the colony is done. I'll get the assimilation boost. So I'll just pick this one. I got the event of Lyonnaise to increase its well, one of its administration, its tax, its production, or its manpower. And since it's grain, I'll just either go in a bigger army or raise taxes. I'll raise taxes. Didn't get to be the Pope. That's okay, I guess. I can live with that. Burgundy has been excommunicated. That's not necessarily a bad thing, though. That means I should be able to exploit that. And I will. Tomorrow, my time at least. Be done with it. Now to vassalize it, and I don't really want to do anything else. I do want it does increase my aggressive expansion by quite a bit. It should be okay for now at least. Since the influence of the nobility dropped, I can recruit the minister again. He is quite expensive though. Since he's a level 3 instead, he cost me 5. Meaning I should probably put this one down a little bit. Let's just start with firing him then. So let's start with granting this province to the Irish vassal I'm having. It will decrease his liberty desire, and it's actually a bit cheaper to annex a vassal. It costs 8 diplo points versus coring it, which costs 10 per development. I would rather annex them most of the time, but this is just one of the times where I'm fine with not doing it. I will mothball most of my forts by now. Shouldn't really need them at this point, and start moving my army back again. I don't need to protect it. My vassal should do that. Now he has been excommunicated, and I will see about doing something about it. I have the claim here as well. Scepter Peace. Doesn't seem there's much left of Aragon. I'll have to deal with him as well. Should be embracing in a few years. These are just about to be ready in a few years, and Paris should come as well. And my next Splendor, so let's take the aggressive expansion since I do expand quite a bit. So this should be a decent time to go to bed, at least for me. So I'll continue this later, and I'll hopefully see you guys.